Tanger just wrapped up a very strong Q4, $141 million in revenue, rising net income, and a 98% occupancy rate. So what's driving this momentum? To find out, I am joined with Tanger CEO, Yalof, on this episode of Taking Stock. Now, Stephen, as I mentioned, you just reported a very strong Q4 with a net income rising to 34 cents per share, a revenue of $141 million, and a 98% occupancy rate. What are you attributing this success to, and how do you plan to continue this growth?
Well, first of all, I think we've got really good fundamentals right now. There's not a lot of new development in the retail space. So what we're finding is every square foot of real estate in our portfolio has a lot of value. And we're doing a really good job between our operations, our marketing, and our leasing to figure out how to generate as much value as we can throughout our portfolio.
And you just acquired a new property in Cleveland, Ohio. Talk to me about what drove this decision.
Tanger, as you know, is a 42-year-old company. It was founded as an outlet company. And, since COVID and since some of our new management team has taken over, we've sort of looked at our outlet centers a little bit differently. We've been adding a lot of uses that you wouldn't typically find in an outlet center in our properties. Better food and beverage, better entertainment, movie theaters, experiential retail. And so as we've pivoted into that business, we found that, we think we can operate open air shopping centers in the full price space as well. A lot of similar retailers, a lot of similar qualities. And so we ventured into that business with the acquisition of Pinecrest, which you're referring to, which was just a couple of weeks ago. Prior to that, we bought another similar type open air full price shopping center, the Promenade at Chanel in Little Rock, Arkansas. And fourth quarter of 2023, our first in Huntsville, Alabama, Bridge Street Town Center.
Now, as I mentioned, your occupancy remains strong at 98%, but also 12 consecutive quarters of positive rent spreads. How would you say Tanger is going about maintaining such strong demand across portfolios?
If you look at our portfolio, we've been around for a long time. We have a lot of older legacy shopping centers, and we're reinvesting in our centers. And as we do, we're insisting that the retailers reinvest as well. So a lot of our partners are spending money building stores, giving us new prototypes. And in some instances, there's some of those stores that have been around for quite some time, maybe have lost some market share. So we're asking them to reinvest. And if they're not reinvesting, then we're going with new retailers that we're bringing into our shopping centers in order to create a little bit more variety. And one of the key themes for us is we're going after a much younger consumer. So in order to have something for that younger consumer to do, we need to make sure that we bring them the brands that they're looking for when they come and shop with us.
Where are you seeing the most momentum across your business?
Well, we like the health and beauty space. We've recently done a bunch of deals with both Ulta and Sephora. And we think that, not only does it drive in a younger customer like I was talking about before, but they're also a lot more experiential. So when you can go into an Ulta or Sephora store, we always talk about in our business, how do we get the customer off the couch and into a shopping center? Yeah. And, I think experience is really the major differentiator. So when you have a store like those two they'll do your hair, they'll do your makeup. You feel like when you go, there's a service that they provide in addition to selling you products. Those are things that you just can't get at home.
NYSE-listed company Nike has many stores in Tanger outlets. Obviously, they just announced a partnership with Kim Kardashian's Skims. Yeah, what are your thoughts about this collaboration?
I love that. I think it's a great brand extension for them. There's a number of things that are happening in the retail space right now where new brands are collaborating with old brands and reinventing, and I just think it's great. It's good for us. It creates a lot of curiosity in the marketplace, and curiosity will get people to actually come on in, engage, try it on, give it a go. And Nike's is they're one of the great leaders in innovation across the retail space. I think this is a brilliant move for them, and I'm excited to see how it resonates and brings hopefully a new customer into our shopping centers to learn more about their product.
You said the consumer trends right now have been shifting, especially post-COVID. A lot more people are working from home, ordering online. How have you modified your business strategy?
Well, let's start with our loyalty program. I think that a customer loves to be rewarded for their business. And so if we've We've created a great loyalty program. We've got great engagement. Gives us the opportunity to communicate a little bit better with our customer. And again, one of our core values is we consider our community first. And I think that that's critically important. If you think about it, each one of our centers employs 500 people that come from that local community. And I think that's a really important place to start. Now, our vision statement at our company is that we use customer insights to inform the future of shopping. What that means to us is we're not afraid to get out in front of our customers and ask them what they're looking for.
What's next? What's next for Tanger?
Well, we're excited about our venture into the full price business. We think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for us there. The retailers that we deal with on a daily basis are the same retailers that are going into these centers. We also think it's a lot more fun. And, one of the things that is unique to the outlet business is the size of our marketing department. Because, most of the outlet centers that we have, the brands themselves don't really invest a lot of their money to tell the consumer, go shop us off price. They're using their marketing dollars in order to tell the consumer to go shop them in their full price places. So because of that, we've had to, over time, build this great marketing department, this great marketing muscle that drives consumers to our shopping center and into stores. And I think that marketing department that we have, that's unique in the space, really we can tell great stories with that marketing department across that full price business. I think that gives us an advantage.
What do you think should be top of mind for investors
as they think about
retail, the Tanger, but also the broader retail sector?
I guess that they should be looking at the evolution of retail and the retailers themselves. Who's winning? A lot of the better retailers that are out there doing the best job are the ones that really bring great experience to the consumer. I think the retailers that really focus on customer service are critically important. It's like they've made it so incredibly easy to sit on the couch and shop. So one of the major differentiators is the ability to actually come into a shopping center and have somebody engage you, talk to you, show you what's new, show you the product line, help you actually fit something, and tell you, maybe answer some questions for you, live. And I think people really enjoy that engagement. And again, we talked about in the health and beauty section, when you can walk into a Ulta store or a Sephora store and not only buy cosmetics, but sort of get a tutorial on how to use them. I think people really enjoy the experience that they get when they have that engagement.
What's the strategy between full price and lifestyle centers?
We've been putting these lifestyle uses in the outlets for the past 4 or 5 years post-COVID. Got a lot of space back, and it was either fill with other outlet retail type uses, or let's pivot a little bit and bring the consumer something else. What we're finding is that the old narrative at outlet was the outlet center was built 50 miles away from everything. It was sat on its own out on a lonely highway someplace between two cities. Now what we're finding is that a lot of our customers moving to those geographies. I think work from home probably had a lot to do with it. We're seeing population density rise in a lot of the markets where we have centers, places like Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, Savannah, Georgia. And because of that customer is going to come and shop with us more frequently.
Well, Steve, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for joining me on Taking Stock.
Thanks for having me.